In this video, I will show you how to design a cradle pendulum in After Effects and then how to animate it. You will also learn how to stylize an entire design so it will look impressive and good looking. By the way, you can download this project file by the link in the description below for practice. And you can join me on Patreon to get a latest update and premium templates. Alright, let's start the video. So let's start with creating a new composition. Name it whatever you want. And I am using full HD resolution at 60 frames per second. First, I select a pen tool and I turn off the fill. Also, I turn on the stroke and then I change the stroke color to white. For now, I set the stroke width to 5 pixels. Then I create a straight line like this and I rename this layer as a roof. Then I deselect this layer and once again I create one more vertical line like this. Let's rename this layer as line 1, then deselect this layer, and then I choose ellipse tool this time, and then I turn on the fill option and turn off the stroke. Now I hold Ctrl and Shift key to create a perfect circle like this. Let's rename this layer as ball 1. After that, I select the line layer. So right now you can see the anchor point of this shape is here at this point. So I select the anchor point tool and change its position like this. This step is important. After I select the ball 1 layer, and then I parent this layer to line 1. So right now if I move the line rotation, so the ball is automatically rotated, I select both layers and then I duplicate them 4 times. Then I select line 2 and ball 2 layer and then I drag them like this. I repeat this process with rest of the layers to create this design. After that, I select all the shape layers and align it to the center. Then I select the middle shape layers, place it above the roof layer. Then I lock them as well. And also I hide them for now, so we can work on our main shape layers. Then I select the line 1 shape layer, then open its rotation property and add a keyframe, and then I change its rotation to 45 degrees. Then I scrub the timeline around 30 frames, and then I change its value to 0. Now I select both keyframes and change it to Bezier keyframe. Then I open the graph editor, then I select both points and click this icon. So it will stretch throughout our timeline and we can change the graph very easily. Then I change this speed graph like this. And if I play the preview, so you can see how it will animate. Now I place the time indicator at the second keyframe and then I select the line layer and add a keyframe on the rotation property. Then I scrub the timeline around 1 second and change its rotation property to -45 degrees. After that, I select both keyframes and change it to Bezier keyframe. Then I go to the graph editor and once again I select both points and then I stretch this graph and change the graph like this. Let's see the preview. So as you can see, when the first ball hits the second one, the last ball is moving out. Then I scrub the timeline around 1.5 seconds, and then I copy the first keyframe and paste it here. Then once again, I go to the graph editor and change the graph like this. So you can see how our graph is looking in S shape. And now if I play the preview, so you can see how it animates. Now one more time, I place the time indicator at the last keyframe and I add 1 keyframe on the line. Then I scrub the timeline around 2 seconds. And then I change the rotation property to 45 degrees. Then I go to the graph editor, one last time, stretch the timeline and change the graph like this. Let's see the preview. As you can see, our animation is playing in the loop. After that, I select all the keyframes and drag it to the 1 second mark. Then I go to the first frame and change the line rotation to 0 degrees rotation. After that, I select all the keyframes once again and drag them to 1 second mark. And now, it's time to create a cursor and animate it. So first I select the pen tool to create a cursor. Then I turn on the stroke option and change the stroke color to black. Also, I increase the stroke width to 10 pixels. And then I start creating a cursor shape like this. Also, I change the fill color to red for now. After that, I rename this layer as an arrow. And then I open its position property and add a keyframe. You can also use the rest of the layer's keyframes as a guideline. And then you can animate the cursor accordingly, like I'm doing here. And then once you've done, just select all the keyframes and then change it to Bezier keyframe. After that, go to the graph editor, and then you can manipulate the graph to enhance the cursor movements. Let's see the short preview. Alright, after that I turn on the rest of the layers. Also, I unlock them as well. After that, I select all the layers except the arrow layer. And then I pre-compose them. Name it as the animation ball. And then I open the animation ball layer and press U to see the keyframes. Then I place the time indicator at 2 second mark, where the animation is start. And then I go back to the main composition and then I split this layer at this point. Then, once again, I go to the animation ball layer and then place the time indicator at the last keyframe. And then I go back to the main composition and cut this layer at this point. So now we got a looping part of this animation. Now I want this looping animation to play it continuously in endless time. So for this, I'm using a time remapping method to make this infinite loop. So first I select this layer, right-click, and then under the time option, I choose a time remapping option. Now we got 2 keyframes, but I add 1 keyframe at the end of the layer and 1 more keyframe at the start point of this layer, and then I remove both keyframes from this layer. After that, I hold Alt on the keyboard and click on the stopwatch icon to see the expression panel, and then I click on this icon, and then I go to the property, and under it, you can find a loop out duration expression. Simply click on it, so it will add it in our expression panel. Then you can click anywhere to confirm this expression. And after that, if I stretch this layer and play the preview so you can see our animation playing in loop. But in our animation ball composition, it's stop in a certain point when the keyframe is finished. But in a main composition, it will continuously animating in a loop. So that's the importance of the time remapping method and this loop out expression. Now it's time to stylize this entire scene so it will look more impressive and good-looking. So first, I add a new solid layer, name it as a ramp, and then I search a gradient ramp effect and apply it to this layer. Then I search colorama effect and add it to this layer. After that, I open the output cycle options, and here you can see various color presets, and you can use according to your requirements. But I am using a golden one preset for now. And then I change the gradient ramp by using the points like this. You can change the points as per your requirement. And now it's the important part. You can see this is a transparency button. So if I click this, so our gradient effect apply to this design. And now we can also change the gradient points to change the gradient style. Now I place the arrow layer above all the layers. Also, I change its color to white to get a contrast. Alright, after that, I select all layers and then I pre-compose them. name it as a final, and then I add a new solid layer, name it as background, and then place it below the final layer, and then I search for color gradient effect and apply to this background layer, and then I change the color manually like this. After that, I place the time indicator at the first frame and add a keyframe on all 4 points, and then I change the point's position like this. Then I go to the last frame and once again change the color point's position like this. And if I scrub the timeline, so you can see we got a moving color gradients background. Then I add a new solid layer, name it as the grid. And then I add a grid effect on this layer. First I change the border to 3. Also I change the color to dark gray. And then I change its mode to soft light. If you can't see these options, so simply toggle this switch to get these options. After that, I add a new adjustment layer into this timeline, and then I add noise effect to this layer. Then I change the noise amount to 15, and then I uncheck the Use Color Noise option. After that, I add a glow effect to this layer, and then I increase the glow threshold to 100%, and I change radius to around 50%. And that's it. That's how you can create a cradle pendulum animation in After Effects. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.